Allegheny Conference title. Altoona is a very strong team. They are currently undefeated, and that could be a great matchup between these two squads.
I think there are people talking and writing about that even as we speak, and they've been writing about it for the past week in other communities, and we're hoping we can go into that game totally undefeated. And if so, we know there'll be a big following to Altoona Park that day. And Altoona, of course, is a single high school community, a single public high school community that has a great following in their athletic program.
The task at hand tonight, though, for the Trojans is the State College Little Lions, as the captains are set to take the field. Ryan Irvin, Nick Mihal, Rob Greiger, and Greg Tarbell left to right on your screen. Again, the Trojans last week, a very impressive 43-16 victory over the Central Falcons down at Veterans Stadium. Trojans racked up 464 yards on offense while only giving up 69. Again, a beautiful night here at Gus Anderson Field. Lou, I think we both can agree there will be no rain tonight.
I think we could safely say that. At least, if so, it won't affect us, Jason. And that's a safe statement to make at any time, isn't it?
Definitely is.
Nice bright night. I can't remember the lights ever being brighter here, and maybe it just has to do with the clarity of the air, the atmosphere. But if in fact you've been undecided up to this point, make that decision to jump into your automobile and get down here and enjoy the enthusiastic crowd and be a part of the spirit of the game here tonight.
State College has won the toss, but they will defer to the second half. And the Trojans will receive out of the east end zone.
Well, let's see if Jason, the Trojans can put on a drive here that would consume a number of minutes on the clock and reduce the opportunities that our opponents give us tonight. Hope we can get a drive started that will come to a climax in a touchdown here, and hope we can eat up some time on the clock in the process of doing so.
State College getting set to kick off. Their kicker is number 35, Chris Wright. Back to receive for the Trojans, number 22, John Fowler, and number 21, DeJuan Bowman. The Trojan crowd is ready, the refs are ready, and the two teams on the field are ready. State College and McDowell underway. It'll be Fowler from about his own goal line. Up the gut, makes a couple of moves, and a great run back by John Fowler. March.
And they took control of this game from the first series. Aaron Slocum was key. Scrambles when the passing lanes are clogged, and he picks up the first down. No pass in mind for Slocum this time. A straight run, gets to the corner, and takes it down to the 1 yard line. 97 yards on 17 carries. Next play, Nick Mihal. He takes it over for the touch. Nicky had 91 yards. Second possession for the Trojans. It ends when Jeff Heil boots a 26-yard field goal. 12-0, Big Blue. McDowell playing the solid defense, allowing just 76 total yards. State College managed 37 rushing yards on 22 carries. McDowell wins at 7-6. The Trojans are 4-0 in league play and 7-0 overall.
The game of the week, LaBeouf versus Northeast. Tonight's only matchup between two teams with winning records in the county, but also LaBeouf's biggest test in a month. Josh Fisk needs 5.
Hands off the Greiger, and he will pick up the first down.
First two snaps from the line of scrimmage. Trojans are really blowing out the State College opponents. So if we can keep up that enthusiasm coming off the ball, I think we'll be in good shape in sustaining a drive here. We're playing with a single safety, for those who know what that means, and a double corner, and playing with 4 men down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Slocum will keep it himself, goes over right side, and he'll
And
pick up
looks like
another first down.
This is the kind of football game we need to play tonight if we can just sustain this momentum. Keeps the ball out of the hands of the State College and eats up a little time on the clock.
10:46 remaining in the first quarter. Jason McKay and Lou Penna on the call for you tonight. The McDowell Trojans and the State College Little Lions just underway here at Gus Anderson Field, live on TV 16. State College won the toss but deferred to the second half, and the Trojans began to drive on their own 29. Handoff to Mihal up the middle. Picks up about 5 to about the 45-yard line of the Lions. So far, the Trojans easily winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
That's a notable event right now, Jason. I think it's what's keeping us in possession of the football right here. If we can continue to do that, we're going to be in pretty good shape at halftime.
Steve Berenson motion. Slocum, draw to Mihal, makes a move in the backfield. A great run.
Second effort, third effort, whatever you want to call it, Jason. But our position on the field right now is due to a great second effort by young men who was just determined not to go down on the first and second tackle.
The Lions easily had Mihal for a loss of about 4, but he was able to squirm around, find a hole, and actually picked up a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 42 of the Lions. Siegel in motion. Handoff to Rob Greiger. And it looks as if he will have the first down.
I'm going to speculate we have a first down there, Jason, and I think we're in pretty good shape for having it, and we do. And we're maintaining possession of the ball and eating up the clock. We're now down to 9:09 in the first period, and that's a great move on our part.
Nevin Baker, number 46, in motion. Slocum rolling out to his right. And Greiger tries to make a one-handed catch, but just couldn't get it.
Very
Pass
deceptive
incomplete.
handoff, very good. He had, Aaron had me fooled, and a number of the cornerback and the up back as well on the defense, so it was a great job of pulling him in.
Running with that play fake, draws the defense in, opens up the pass right there. Had Robbie Greiger for a second, but just couldn't connect. 2nd and 10 from the Lion 38. Slocum, double handoff, inside it goes to Mihal, has a hold, picks up great
That's a
yardage,
great reverse.
and looks like he will have the first down.
You know, that's a dangerous play at any place on the field, but you have a number of handoffs. Everything went perfectly back there on the handoff, on the trade. The execution was just perfect, made it possible for him to pick up the yards. He did have to break a couple tackles, though, in Jason, in getting to where he finally ended up, but it was a great job on the execution. Great exchange of the ball with great protection in the backfield.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the Lion 26, down to 8:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Give to the up man, Rob Greiger. He'll fight for a couple.
We have an advantage on our field position right now, Jason. We're in 4-down territory, and so we do have an extra down to do what has to be done, get that first down, and so you can play a little more cautiously if you care to here. It's 8:07 of the first period, and we've been possession. We have been in possession from the kickoff, so that speaks well of our composure out there.
Slocum will run to his right. He's got open field. If he can turn the corner, he will get down to about the 1.
What a great read. He could see the cornerback coming in on the fake, and he could see him straight ahead. He saw the cornerback coming in off the corner, went around the end. The cornerback wasn't sure where he was and who was having the ball until he made the turn on the corner, and then it was a foot race, and of course it's about the 1 yard line. So Aaron did a great job of pulling him in and lost the corner in the battle there.
Really showed his breakaway speed that Slocum possesses. It'll be first and goal from the 1.
Aaron could see the cornerback take the fake up into the tackle hole and was smart enough to go outside the end there with the ball, keeping it.
Slocum to Mihal, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Well, 7:40 showing on the clock. Jason, they're doing exactly what we said they need to do to come out on top of this game. They've done the first half. The biggest challenge, I think, maybe yet to be seen here on the part of the defense. That was a great effort to take the ball on a 29 and move it down and punch it in for a touchdown. 7:40 left on the clock. Speaks well of our ability to move the ball.
Jeff Heil on to attempt the extra point. It is good. Trojans up 7-0. Looking back on that drive, Trojans threw the ball only once. It fell incomplete. The rest of the yardage was gained on the ground, and it seemed very easy for the Trojans to get it.
Well, at least they're playing very heads-up power football. Team needs to respect you for that first, and Hollidaysburg is playing sort of as a compromise, partly for a pass and partly for the run. They may change their defense in the next quarter, or certainly possibly by the half. Right now, they're playing us for power football, and we're doing a pretty good job of managing that.
Nick Mihal from 1 yard out on the touchdown run. Jeff Heil adds the extra point. Trojans up 7-0 over the State College Lions. 7:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Number 5, Larry Johnson, back to receive. Along with number 1, Anthony Johnson. That they are of relation. They are brothers. And Jeff Heil ready to kick off. A low line drive kick. Anthony Johnson will take it about his 2. Comes up and hit by a cross of Trojans.
A great hit, a great stop.
Number 8, Steve Behrens on the tackle.
A great hit
led
on
the
that
way.
initial return.
Joe Geely also in on the tackle. So the Lions start off from their own 19. Handoff goes to Johnson over the left side.
Great defense by Ryan Irvin. Boy, great defense.
Ryan Irvin, Rob Greiger, they led the charge. As always, as we have seen, great pursuit by the Trojan defense. It always looks like there's about 4 or 5 men around the ball every time.
You're exactly right. A good general defense to deal with tonight is to key on Johnson on all running plays. Simply key on him is an oversimplification of a reasonable defense, but I think that's in fact what has to be going on here tonight.
Kenny Law running the option over the left side, and he's hit hard and stopped. Ryan Irvin, number 4, with the tackle.
We're looking at 3 and a long 7, and this is the do or die for State College right here, at least on the first series. This is not 4-down territory, and we've got to pick up 7 yards to stay in the game here, stay in possession of the football.
Law under center, Johnson the deep man. Law rolling to his left, looking to pass, flushed out of the pocket.
Oh, great hit. What
Robbie
a great
Greiger.
hit by Rob Greiger. What a great hit and a great save on a comeback. Looked like it was going to be scrambling for the yardage, and looked like he might be reasonably open to do that, Jason, and Greiger came here and really hit him and knocked him down hard.
Trojans defense comes out and really lays it on the Lions on the first series of downs. Chris Wright back to punt,
Very
nearly
close to
blocked.
blocking a kick there.
John
Calling
Fowler
for
calls
a
for the
fair catch.
fair catch at about the 40-yard line, and the Trojans will take over.
Well, that was an admirable stand on the defense, and Ryan Irvin certainly is to be commended, and Rob Greiger for some great tackles there, great aggression on the part of the defense. We're in good field position here, Jason, considering our initial start here, 5:44 on the clock. We're looking at the same defensive stand here on the part of State College so far, no change.
Mihal in motion. Handoff is to Mihal, who will pick up about 2. Number 4, Andrew Ryland on the tackle for the Lions. Mark it as a 2nd and 8 from the 41 of the Trojans. Again, if you're just joining us, Jason McKay and Lou Penna on the call for you right here live on TV 16. The 6-0 McDowell Trojans and the 4-2 State College Lions. Trojans got on the board first with a Nick Mihal 1-yard plunge at 7:40 of the first quarter. Mihal now in motion. Slocum fumbles the snaps, picks it up, misses a tackler at one point, but then it looks like he's going to lose about a yard.
Looks like we're going to face a 3 and 10 here, Jason, maybe 10 and a half in 3-down territory here. So our challenge is to pick up a first down or possibly kick the ball here.
It'll be a 3rd and 10 from the Trojans 39.
I'm sure State College will be looking for the throw here. Let's see if there's any kind of deception on our part here.
Trojans don't put the ball in the air that much, but when they do, it's usually for positive yardage and big plays. John Fowler in motion to the far side. Slocum back to pass. He will roll to his right, gets it up and hits Fowler. A perfect pass, and Fowler down at the 40.
Perfect catch, well executed play, great protection. That's a coach's dream right there, Jason. That was just perfect. And in spite of it being an obvious call, you and I talked about it just before the snap, and it certainly was an obvious call to understand on the part of the defense, State College. And in spite of all that, was well executed.
Looked like State College was in a little bit of a zone. Fowler found the soft spot of it, and Slocum hit him with a perfect pass. Trojans all the way down to the Lion 40-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. Mihal in motion. Handoff to Rob Greiger up the middle. He'll pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 39. McDowell started this drive on their own 39. Greiger and Mihal in the I formation behind Slocum. Handoff goes to the... Slocum keeps him himself, and he will pick up a few more yards. That'll make it a 3rd down and about 7.
We're looking at 3 and 7 or possibly 3 and 6 in 3-down territory. So again, we're looking for that big play here, Jason, to stay in possession of the football. 2:55 remaining in the first quarter, and the Trojans in possession of the ball most of that time.
Ken Law credited with the tackle on the play. Steve Barrett's in motion. Slocum will roll to his left, looking downfield. Now he'll bring it down and run with it towards his right. He has room, one man to beat for the first down. He will, and he will pick up the first down.
What a great recovery. Speaks to the athletic ability of Aaron Slocum and confidence both. Two things outstanding and apparent in that play. Great composure and the great athletic ability are evident in that move there. Everyone covered downfield, Jason. He simply reverses field, recovers, looks the field over, makes that 1st and 10. That's an outstanding performance by a young man.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Lion 28. A gain of about 12 yards. Slocum, hand off to the Mihal, up the middle.
What a great hit by Mihal on that first tackle. Actually, a young man at his size knocking someone over on the defense, you would hardly think could happen, but I have to give him credit for a great hit on the first tackler there.
That'll move the chains again. Trojan first down at the Lions 17. Again, the Trojans really moving the ball on the ground with ease.
Significant position on the field now. We're in 4-down territory, Jason. That's always a time to take a sigh of relief here.
Slocum, hand off to the deep man, Mihal again. Not that much room this time. He'll pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 14. Clock running down to 1:18 remaining in the first quarter. Slocum, option to the right. Fakes the pitch and picks up some good yardage.
What a great read on the defense. Number 2, taking the deep man. Aaron faked him to the deep man. And number 2, the corner man did take the deep man, giving him a time to go around the corner. We're looking at a 3rd and 2 here, Jason, which is a great circumstance for us here at this point.
I don't know about you, but I thought for a second he had already pitched it.
Number 2 thought
excellent
the same.
play.
Excellent. You're right.
3rd and 2 from the Lion 9.
Well, that's our first miscue. 33 seconds left in the first quarter, and we need to compliment the team for the composure so far. That's a procedure penalty, first one of the quarter for either team, and 33 seconds left on the clock. So it's an outstanding performance for a first quarter, Jason.
This will make it a 3rd and 7. A little bit farther distance for the Trojans. May have to rethink the play.
Decline the
But
penalty.
the penalty is declined. So it'll be 4th and 2, and Jeff Heil will come onto the field. To attempt about a 26-yard field goal. Aaron Slocum on the hold. Good snap. Kick is up.
What a great kick.
And it is good. So with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, a Jeff Heil 26-yard field goal puts the Trojans up 10-0.
That penalty does cause one to pause and examine the effect of every penalty on the outcome of a game. We did get on the board with some points. Hopefully that those points not being a touchdown will not come to our detriment. So far we've been able to score on both possessions here, which is a great accomplishment as far as I'm concerned.
Big key there, the Trojans keeping the Lion offense off the field. They have really used up almost all this time of the first quarter. Lions have only had 3 offensive plays from scrimmage.
That is an important thing as an important part of the strategy of the game in the first quarter, and certainly is a major part of our success so far. We need to see if we can't continue with the strategy, keeping the offense off the field.
Jeff Heil set to kick off. Again, the Johnson brothers deep to receive.
I do know that the Johnson brothers did change position. Still going to...
Number 1, Anthony Johnson, runs up the left side.
Anthony and Larry did change, thinking the ball might come to the same side of the field. In each case, each time, Larry Johnson has been recipient of the ball.
up to about the 34-yard line, where the Lions will get one play from scrimmage before we switch sides at the end of the quarter. Law under center for the Lions. Pitch back to Larry Johnson, number 5. Makes a move, but nowhere to go.
Great hit.
Nick Mihal credited with the tackle.
Tarbell first on the first hit to slow him down. Looks like a quarter is up.
That will end the first quarter with the score: the Trojans 10, the Lions nothing. Recapping the first quarter scoring, at 7:40 of the first quarter, Nick Mihal went in from a yard out. And then at 10 seconds remaining in the first, Jeff Heil with a 26-yard field goal. Something very impressive here. The Trojans held the ball for 9 minutes and 94 seconds of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Trojans up 10-0 over the State College Lions. Welcome back to the second quarter. Trojans up 10-0. State College still with the ball. Kenny Law rolling to his left. Nowhere to throw it. And
What a hit!
My.
What a hit!
Law is down.
George Siegel put a hit on him like he's still laying on the ground, and we hope he's not hurt, but that was one hit. What a hit. That was a real hit.
There was about 4 Trojans on that play, and they all really laid it into Kenny Law. Really, you hate to see an injury, but that was a very impressive hit by the Trojans.
Ken Law was trying to evade some tacklers, was almost stopped, moving back and forth. Greiger had him closed off on the corner. He made a comeback up the middle, and Siegel hit him just nose up, and young man is still laying on the ground. It's sad to say, but that was a real one-on-one hit.
Looking at the trainers, maybe a problem in his sternum area or his chest area.
I'm sure the wind is out, if nothing else, and I'm sure he'll recover. He's been able. Look like they're moving all his limbs, and I'm sure right now he's shaken up, but I'm sure he's going to be able to get up and walk off the field and be back in the game. And I think he's just been stunned from the shock of that hit. George Siegel really put a hit on him. Greiger had closed the corner down, caused him to turn back midfield, and they just happened to be coming in the way of Siegel, who had his head down, shoulder down, ready to go, and really exploded into Ken Law.
Good to see, up, walking off the field under his own power.
That was an explosive tackle. I guess that's the best way to describe it, Jason. No one knows that better than Ken Law right now, who is walking off the field rather slowly now.
Rolled to his left, looked like he had a little bit of open room, and then seemed like a giant blue wave made its way right to Ken Law, and George Siegel led a tremendous hit. See him walking off the field, probably got the air knocked out, easily got the air knocked out of him. Hopefully nothing more than that. Anthony Johnson now, the backup quarterback under center for the Lions. He will quarterback draw up the middle, and the Trojans snuff it out and stop it after about a gain of 2.
Anthony Johnson, the brother of Larry Johnson, the powerful running back, conference leader in yardage at State College. Anthony, brother, taking over for Ken Law under the center.
Punting situation, 4th and 7 from the Lions zone 37. Chris Wright back to kick. John Fowler to receive for the Trojans. Low snap, and the Lions pull a fake
Hit,
punt.
wide open.
Easily a first down. Fowler and Nevin Baker make the tackle all the way down at the Trojan 39-yard line.
Fake kick, and State College still in possession. Very clever, well-executed play.
Looking to start something off big, down 10-0. Go into the bag of tricks, and they pull out a big first down. Johnson under center, 1st and 10 from the Trojan 39. Give off to the up man, number 25, Yaw Felon. Ryan Capoletti with the tackle. It'll be a 2nd and 6 from the Trojan 35. Full house backfield for the Lions. Hand off to number 34.
Counter play reverse, whatever
Tom
you might want to
Jimison.
call it, misdirection. Makes good yards on the corner.
The Lions looks as if they're trying to spread the ball around. The Trojans really keen on Larry Johnson, number 5,
Right.
but he really hasn't gotten the ball that much.
So far, that's true. We're looking at a 3rd and 1.
Anthony Johnson tries the
great
quarterback
defense.
draw again, but looks like he's going to be short.
Great defense by Capoletti. Wasn't fooled. Quarterback option up the middle.
It'll be 4th and a yard from the Lions 30. Looks as if they're going to attempt a field goal.
No, not really. You looking for Washers?
Be about a 47-yarder, low snap. The kick short and to the right.
That was a very unusual call. I didn't know they had anyone on the field that could do that. They had a yard to go. If you're going to gamble, well, I guess that puts it out on the 20-yard line, same as the kick, I guess. We're going into the end zone. Good field position for the Trojans, and denying the State College team a chance to get on the board.
Trojans taking over on their own 20-yard line. 9:12 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Handoff up the middle to Robbie Greiger, who's met head on and taken down. Number 77.
Matt Silverman.
That's-
Good defense.
Be 2nd and 10 from the 20 for the Trojans. Slocum, draw to Mihal. Running room to his left, and another good run by Nick Mihal.
Very good 2nd, 3rd effort by Mihal.
Pick up about 7. It'll be 3rd
I didn't
and
get
3.
the number who had the block out in front of him. That block out in front of Mihal was key and critical. Did a great job of sustaining and holding the defense off Mihal for that 2nd effort, and gave him the opportunity to get the yards that he did. We're looking at 3 and 2, and critical to get these 2 yards here. 8:02 left in the 2nd quarter.
Slocum rolls to his left, looking for a man, hits Mihal on a nice floater pass, and this will pick up
Well
the first
executed.
down.
In the midst of defense, caught that ball in the midst of the defense, and keeps the drive alive here, Jason. great execution of the play, great composure on the part of Slocum, and great execution overall.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the Trojan 39. Again, the Trojans keeping that ball, running that clock down, and controlling the line of scrimmage. Mihal in motion. That double handoff again, and Mihal up the middle.
Oh, what a great second effort by Mihal to pick up 6 yards, I'm going to say. 5 yards are giving him on the carry. Great execution on a double handoff back there, or a reverse if you care to call it that.
Ben Long on the tackle for the Lions. Brings it up to the 45, and it'll be a 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. Slocum is going to go down for a sack. The play read well by number 34, Tom Jemison for the Lions, and a big loss for the Trojans.
Interesting change in the defense. 7 men down, 7 in the gap, coming everywhere, and 4 men back. Looking for the power football play there, and read it well. Did break someone through, and did throw Slocum for a loss. But that was the first time we did see a change in the defense.
It'll be a 3rd and 15 from the Trojan 35. Two wide receivers to the far side. Slocum will roll that way, looking downfield, and pass is incomplete, intended for number 22, John Fowler. That'll make it 4th and 15. Jeff Heil onto the field to punt for the first time tonight. Two men back to receive for the Lions.
Justin Callahan, I can't see who the other one is, Jason.
A poor kick, which bounces in a
McDowell
crowd.
roll. It's a great McDowell roll. Goes down to the 29-yard line. Partially blocked, but we get to the 29-yard line. That's a great break for the Trojans here.
Came down at about the Lion 47, but then took a good roll of about 15 to 20 yards. And the Lions, a bad break, will start off at their own 28. Again, Anthony Johnson still under center. He'll hand it off to number 5, Larry Johnson. Trying to go to his left, and no room there. A host of Trojans on the tackle, led by number 4, Ryan Irvin. Be a loss of about 4, 2nd and 14 from the Lion 25. In case you've just joined us, Trojans up 10-0. 5:29 remaining here in the second quarter. Jason McKay and Lou Penna on the call for you. Live right here on TV 16.
That was a great defensive end play here that stopped that play really.
Another pitch to Johnson, and little room for him. Nick Mihal and Greg Tarbell combine on the tackle.
On the previous play, I couldn't see who was on the corner, but who was playing on the corner really stopped that play and turned it up to stop Larry Johnson from making the turn on the corner.
Johnson with a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12 from the 27. Anthony Johnson rolling to his right, looking to pass. Finds a man short of the first down.
Good defensive play.
Hit number 81, Chris Roser-Jones. But it looks like the Lions are being a punting formation. It's a 4th and 3 from the 36. Chris Wright back to punt, and 2 men back for the Trojans this time to receive. John Fowler and Aaron Slocum, but the Trojans are going to take a timeout.
I think we're going to have a conference about the defense and what to call on how to check for any more circus football there, Jason. Good time to caution the young people with all the things that are possible at this point. Even though it seems unlikely gamble at this time of the game and this position on the field, State College does want to get on the board, and this might be the place to try that circus football mentality.
First charge timeout of the Trojans this half. They have 2 remaining, down to 3:58 in the second. Plenty of the time if the Trojans do get the ball on this punt to go down and get in the end zone. So you see a large crowd here at Gus Anderson Field. A beautiful night for football. It's a low snap, right, able to handle it easily, and gets off a good punt. Slocum calls for the fair catch.
Good field position on the 45.
Official marking at the 34 of the Trojans.
34.
Plenty of time to work with here. Trojans looking to put a few more points on the board before the half is over.
I noticed that Anthony Johnson under the center for the last series as well, so hopefully Ken Law is not hurt.
If you missed the play, Ken Law, really a hard hit put on him, led by George Siegel and a few other Trojans. Walked off the field on his own power. Probably will not come back to the game tonight. See if we can get any information during the halftime on his progress.
A great keep by Slocum, picked up 6 yards. Looks like we're looking at 2 and 4 here, Jason, with a great keep and maintaining possession of the football. 3:31 to play in the second quarter, and the Trojan in possession of the ball most of the first half so far.
2nd and 4 from the Trojan 40. Down to 3:15 remaining in the second quarter. Slocum handoff to the up man, Rob Greiger. He'll pick up a few yards. Be a 3rd and a short 2 from the Trojan 42. This is really a big play for both teams. If the Trojans can put points on the board before the end of the half, it would really be a heartbreaker to the Lions.
We're looking at 7-man front again, a 6-man front, 5 down.
Slocum handoff to Greiger.
I think he has a first down.
It'll be very close. He
Depending
was
on the
neck
spot,
head on.
he has the first down, depending on the spot.
81,
Well,
Chris
the
Roser
spot is
Jones.
not good for us, but very close. My assessment would be, had we a spot where I think Rob had gone down, we would have a first down here.
Without a
Okay.
measurement, the referees are going to give the Trojans the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 44. Time starting to become a factor. We're down to 2:10 remaining in the second quarter. Trojans still with 2 timeouts. Double handoff, this time inside to George Siegel.
Great execution on the double handoffs or reverse, whatever you want to call it. Great execution back there, great timing. We're looking at 2 and about 2 to go here.
Siegel picks up 7 across midfield. 1:40 remaining in the second quarter. It'll be a 2nd and 3 from the Lion 48. Slocum fumbles, and Nick Mihal jumps on the ball right at midfield.
A good save.
And the Trojans will use their 2nd timeout.
Good thing to do. 1:22 left in the half. Good thing to do at this point. Plenty of timeouts to deal with. State College up front on their down 4 men, good-sized men and very aggressive. So I need to compliment the offensive line for being able to move move some of these what I call athletic types who are on the ball on the defense and doing a great job.
Trojans came out in the first quarter and really started to move the ball with ease, controlled the clock, moved right down the field with the running game. And ever since the Jeff Heil field goal and that illegal procedure penalty on the Trojans, they've seemed to be a little lackluster on offense a little bit.
They're trying something a little different now and then on the defense, which they were not doing in the first quarter. And I think they're desperately trying to get back into the game here. If we put something up on the board, it's going to take the heart out of them, I'm sure. But right now, they're desperate to get back into the game. And there's some good size up front and on the front down four. So State College is trying to do something different on the defense.
The fumble brings the ball back to the Trojan 49. It'll be 3rd and 5 from there. Slocum rolls to his left. He's looking in the air. Hits Nevin Baker a little bit behind him, and the pass falls incomplete.
That would have been a first down had he been able to maintain possession. Very good. Very good call and well executed. Just dropped it on the way down.
Jeff Heil back to punt with 1:16 remaining. Callahan and Gaynor back to receive.
What
good
a great
kick.
What
Heil.
a great kick, calling for a fair catch. What a great kick. Up in the air, up in the air. Looks like a flag is down though, Jason. I didn't notice that during the play.
A late flag coming in from the referee, pointing to a few players close to the sideline.
It looks like it might be against State College by the way the Trojans are reacting.
And the way it looks, the Trojans offense going back onto the field. If it was a penalty before the change of possession, then the Trojans would get the yardage. But they are waving off the flag, and the Trojan defense will have to come onto the field.
Very confusing at this point, isn't it, Jason? I think very confusing to me at least. There was a flag, and now there's not a flag, so I'm not sure what has transpired in the interim.
For a second, Trojans thought to be back in business with the ball on offense, but instead the Lions will have it beginning at their own 16 with 1:09 remaining.
Anthony Johnson still under the center now. Ken Law not in the game.
Johnson looking for a man on the right side, incomplete. Looking for number 6, Nate Posniak. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 16, 1:04 remaining. The Trojans defense could hold here. They would have a chance to get the ball back, possibly get in Jeff Heil's field goal range. Johnson running the option. He'll pitch to his brother, Larry Johnson.
What great coverage on the option. Covered the quarterback and the deep man. What great coverage on the defense.
Aaron Slocum led the way for the Trojans, and they will use their last timeout to stop the clock with 54 seconds remaining.
That was a great defense, Jason. Both the deep man and the quarterback both covered. And the corner was swift enough to come up and close the tailback off from the corner and did a great job.
Trojans, that is their last timeout. And the Lions, this will be it's marked as a 3rd and 10 from the 16. So unless the Trojans can get the Lions out of bounds or the Lions attempt to pass and it falls incomplete, really no way of stopping the clock. Lions so far not really have really not been able to put any type of drive against the Trojans. The only real play for a lot of positive yards came on that fake punt, and that ended up with a long 47-yard missed field goal.
That was the big gainer. That was their big play of the half so far. We have 54 seconds left to go. We hope we can say that was their big play of the half. We're going to be right at it here in a minute.
Anthony Johnson. A reverse.
What a hit. What
And
a great
another
hit.
solid hit by
I
the
do see
Trojans.
a flag, though.
A flag came in on the hit, number 34 for the Lions, Tom Jimison, on the run. And that flag will stop the clock. It is against State College, so
I'm
a
sure
mental
we'll
mistake.
decline. I'm sure we'll decline the penalty. And, right.
A very big penalty, not just because it will end the Lions' drive, but it stops the clock with the Lions having a punt. The Trojans will get the ball with about 48 seconds remaining. John Fowler at midfield, and Chris Wright will be kicking from his old goal line.
And if the kick is blocked, we're in very close distance here, Jason. So we're on the 15-yard line with possession of the ball.
Not a lot of pressure. Fowler calls for a fair catch, fumbles the ball, and it will come back to about the Trojan 46-yard line. 30 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Looks like State College is calling for timeout, which is to our great advantage here. Jason, it gives us a time to group and really go with an unhuddled offense if necessary. 30 seconds left, and you can get 4 plays in that time if you are prepared to do so. That was an interesting call on the part of State College to call timeout at this point.
Possibly wanting to set up their defense so they won't be susceptible to the big play.
Well, that advantage does give the Trojans a great advantage as well.
Of course, in high school football, at a first down, the clock will stop as it does in college. So the Trojans, as they can pick up a first down, they would save time. Again, they are out of timeouts. They have used them all up. 30 seconds remaining from their own 47. Have to think they would have to get to about the Lions' 25 to 30-yard line to get to the edge of Jeff Heil's field goal range, even though we've seen him put some boomers up in warm-ups and during
Yes,
games.
Exactly.
Slocum hits Steve Behrens on a slant, doesn't get out
Officials
of bounds.
calling for a continuation of the clock. Officials signaling don't stop the clock. So it has to be a hurry-up offense.
Slocum will roll to his right, looking downfield, can't find anybody. He'll take off and run with it, trying to get out of bounds, and he will.
The clock does stop with 6 seconds left, Jason. He was clever enough to know he had to scramble to the sideline, stop the clock.
6 seconds remaining. Looks like the play might be a Hail Mary into the end
It would have
zone.
to be, I think, at this point, Jason. There's really but one play left in this half.
A 3rd and 7 from the 49 of the Lions. Field position right now is not the key. It is the clock, which has 6 seconds remaining. Slocum rolling out to his right, looking somewhere to go with the ball. He's hit from behind, and that will end the second quarter. At the end of one half of play, the McDowell Trojans up 10-0 over the State College Little Lions. Trojans started off very impressive in the first quarter. Ran the ball really well. Aaron Slocum there leading the offense. Controlled the line of scrimmage. Put the touchdown on with ease, and then the field goal by Jeff Heil. Then in the second quarter, got a little stagnant on offense, and the Lions also stepped it up on defense, and that's what's keeping them in the game so far.
What's been impressive so far is the Trojans being able to maintain possession of the ball, eating up time on the clock and denying State College a chance to really get any sort of offense engaged. Really not giving them an opportunity to find out what might work for them has been key to the Trojan success so far. And the defense, again, has been key to the game. In spite of the fact that we have 10 points on the board, we have to simply be up front and say, need to thank the defense for the great job of keeping State College offense off the field.
The key for State College, Larry Johnson, their feature running back, has had nothing on the ground.